to all of my gods and goddesses. Aquarius, I'm talking to you, and you. Let's get into your reading. Hey, happy waxing crescent moon. It still feels like new moon energy because there's a lot of things that's on the horizon for you. And so I want you all to stay focused. I'm going to help everybody to stay focused. Okay, Aquarius? So let's get right into your reading because I know you're excited about hearing what messages are coming through, right? Yes. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful gods and goddess, the Aquarius, as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions and spirituality, and where they need to take action. I'm talking to my open-minded humanitarians who are also very creative, free-spirited, intellectual, progressive, original, yes, independent, unique, friendly, powerful water bearers who are also gods and goddesses. A god is a creator. You create the life that you want. You do it, right? You want peace? Create it by clearing some space. You want joy? Create that too. You want more money? You create opportunities for yourselves. Yes, put in the work. Let's do it, Aquarius. Let's do it. Immediately what's coming through, because like I said, we are, even though we're not new moon, technically it's not a new moon, it's a waxing crescent moon, but it still feels very new because we're in a new phase, right? So we're going to talk a little bit not interchangeably. I'm not using things interchangeably. I'm going to make sure it's crystal clear as to which side I'm talking about. New moon energy, waxing crescent moon energy, but also we're going to be talking about heading towards the full moon and things that you can do, right? Things that you're preparing yourself for. Oh, look, the Hangman. This popped out of the deck, right? So what's interesting is that Neptune is retrograde. Okay, Aquarius, I see you. Neptune is retrograde, right? So Neptune being retrograde, Neptune is the planet of illusion. Neptune is encouraging everybody to follow your dreams. Be patient with the process. Like, really follow your dreams, Aquarius. A lot of wonderful things are happening for you all. A lot of things are already in the works. Why? Because of that new moon energy. You have made a decision. I am not repeating another cycle. I don't care how painful it may seem. I'm not repeating another cycle. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, right? There's something greater for me. The universe has something greater for me. So yeah, let's look at this. Somebody taking their power back. Yes. Let's look at this, Aquarius. When you look back over your life, you're a lot wiser, right? This owl right here. You're a lot wiser. You're a lot more knowledgeable, right? And let me tell you something. Let me tell you why you are a lot more knowledgeable. A lot of times, Aquarius, listen. A lot of times you got it, because a lot of Aquarius have had some pretty rough lives, right? Falling in and out of, I don't say falling in and out of relationships, but just kind of sort of in this relationship, feeling like you made a lot of mistakes, and how come I can't get this right? How come this keeps happening? And why do I not going backwards, and so on and so forth? But I'm going to help you to stay focused so you're never going backwards again. You're steadily progressing. So always listen to this recording so you understand how all of this works, right? The reason why, because you are the smartest sign in the Zodiac, and I have to keep saying this, right? But what the universe is trying to help you do as a divine masculine is balance out your divine feminine energy, right? So a lot of things appeal to your emotions, like you may have been hurt, like really just gut-wrenching heartbreak, in relationships. Maybe you have been sacrificed by your parents. Maybe your parents were emotionally unattached to some degree. Maybe you were in a lot of relationships where you just felt like, I gave my heart to this person and they broke my heart into itty bitty pieces. I feel like I've been disappointed, people attacking me at work, all kinds of things, right? This is how you use it to your advantage, right? You're not looking at the who, what, when, where, and why, Aquarius. You're looking at, okay, there is a lesson in this that I was supposed to learn, right? All of this is moving you towards a greater purpose. This is why when you sit down now and you really go back through your mind, you go back through your spirit and you realize, wow, okay, all of these things were actually being used to my good, to my greater good. All of these things. May not feel like it when you're in the moment of a heartbreak, right? Maybe, like I said, disappointed by parents, disappointed by an ex, disappointed by kids, disappointed by whomever, and it just feels heartbreaking. But at that very moment, you got to ask yourself, You got to say to yourself, I know there's a lesson in this. Not ask yourself, I know there's a lesson in this. I may not understand the lesson, but I know I got to keep my vibrations high. This is intentional. This is where you go into nurturing yourself, the divine feminine energy, because you're divine masculine by default. So you don't want to, as a giver by default, divine masculine, excuse me, you don't want to give low vibration energy when you have divine feminine energy to tap into, right? Yes, you have divine feminine energy to tap into. What is it that you've always wanted? The nurturing, right? You can give it to yourselves. You can give it to yourselves, right? You want to give yourself a hug? You can give yourself a hug. It's better than receiving a hug from somebody who doesn't genuinely care about you or love you, right? Yeah. So you're looking back at all of this and saying, what was I supposed to learn from this? These are the questions that what was I supposed to learn? Not why did the person do it to me? Because remember, the person was just being used. Their spirit was being used to teach you a lesson. We got to stop just looking at the flesh of it all and take it up a notch and look at it the spirit realm, right? The universe is really trying to release a lot of money to you because you've always had the potential to make a lot of money, Aquarius. So we're going to put this right here for a second. But if you're constantly looking back over your life and just saying, I just had disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, and I guess I'm never going to be in a loving relationship. I guess I'm never going to get married. I guess I'm never going to have kids. I guess, my parents are no longer here, so I guess, this is just the way our relationship is. No, right? There's a lot of lessons that you're learning along the way. But if you are caught up in focusing on, looking down, and I'm not talking about depression, right? Because depression is very, very real. I'm not talking about depression, but I'm saying you're focused on looking down on yourself, really. You miss the fact that you have a key here to open up an enormous amount of wealth, enormous amount of health is wealth. We're talking about financial wealth and wealth in every other area of your life, Aquarius, right? So I need you all to have laser focus on the lessons that you learned, right? A lot of times people get into relationships and they're looking at this person that they're supposed to be their better half, right? Okay, well, I don't have to think about this because this is that person's job to think about it. And then when that person bites you like a snake or this person hurts you, you're so focused on, I can't believe this person did this to me, instead of saying, okay, that was a part of me that should have been awakened in myself, right? This is the people assigning gender roles, okay? I cook, I stay in the house and cook, you take out the trash. But what happens when you have to take out the trash? Do you get upset that the person is no longer there? Or you say, no, the trash needs to be taken out, so let me go take out the trash, right? Same thing, spirit. The universe is trying to balance everything out, right? Absolutely. So this is where you start to really dig deep internally and say, okay, it's time to start planting some seeds. That's new moon energy. Plant some seeds. This is a time for me to focus on my own plans, my own ideas, right? Writing down my intentions, dreaming bigger than I've ever dreamed before. This is my playtime. This is my time for me to go easy on myself. Because when you look up in the sky, that waxing crescent moon looks like a slither of a moon. Doesn't matter where you are, because I know I have subscribers all over the world. But that's kind of sort of your quiet time, but you're starting to wake up a little bit. You planted those seeds, right? Now you're going to water those seeds. You're going to put the food in there. You're going to sit by, you're going to talk to that every single day, right? You're going to talk to, I know it's good morning, hello, or whatever. You are going to continue nurturing divine feminine, right? Because you're divine masculine by default, but you're learning how to nurture the thing in you that's always been there. It's always been here. This vault has always been here. You didn't even realize it. So some of you all may have been saying, you know what? It's my dream to open up a homeless shelter for people. I don't want to see these people on the street begging for money. We may have some homeless veterans out there who may have some post-traumatic stress disorder, or you may have some people that's fallen on hard times. Some people may have decided they were going to relocate for a job, and they get all the way to this new state, and all of a sudden things fall through. They don't work out, but they don't even have enough money to get back home. I mean, people are all sorts of reasons why people are homeless, right? We can't just look down at the homeless community and say, oh, they don't want to work, they're just lazy, they don't want to get a job, because that could be you, right? But you're in a position to actually help. So you've been saying, okay, you've been putting it out in the universe. I want to start an IT company. Because I want to help people on a technical level, right? I want to open up a homeless shelter. I want to put in a water filtration system. What are you going to need for that? You're going to need resources. Money is a resource. It is not the source, right? You, Aquarius, are smart enough and powerful enough to speak this into existence so that, boom, the door opens wide up, and now you have access to doing all the things that you want to do. But again, if you're focused on, I didn't receive enough love, I'm not in a proper relationship, I really want to be married, and so on and so forth, let me tell you something. This is how beautiful and how wonderful the universe is. When I say keep everything balanced out, Most High God sees and knows everything, right? Including you all have come across a path of people, or some people have come across your path that really mean you no good at all. They are completely out of balance. And when you are out of balance, it feels like they're your perfect match. Like you're the hand and they're the glove, but you don't even realize you have your own hands and your own gloves. Right. So you're sitting in front of this vault, not even realizing that you have the key to the vault. Let me help you become a little bit more powerful by reminding you that the waxing crescent moon is telling you to have faith in what? Your dreams, right? What have you been dreaming about? What have you been wanting to do? Remember, you all are humanitarians by default. You have to help somebody, right? So why would you be in a relationship with the person where you feel like, okay, this is a project for me? They're a fixer-upper, right? Allowing them to contaminate you, so now all of a sudden they can dehumanize you and tell you you're the fixer-upper. Like what? Yes. So again, you are focusing on, and I'm talking about laser focus on your dreams, right? You have taken these blindfolds off. You're seeing the good and the not so good in people, right? You're seeing people in totality in the spirit realm. You're seeing them for who they really are. You're not looking for any more onesie twosie projects. Your mind is on the greater things. I said when I was younger, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Where did that dream go? In between you starting speaking it into existence, and then what happened along the way? Did you water it? Did you plant more seeds? This is new moon energy, right? On top of that, did you protect your space, right? You got to protect your space, like creating very healthy boundaries. This person right here has no problem. They almost seem ruthless. See how this, and when I say seem ruthless, seem being an operative word here, when I say seem ruthless is because this person is so laser focused on the dream that they set. People coming across to try to distract you, whether it's intentional or unintentional, they'll cut them off just like that. Meaning somebody's coming to you with some gossip, cut them off just like that. I don't want to hear that. How does that serve either one of our highest purpose? I don't even want to hear that. If you're bringing me gossip, it's because and you're going to get information about me, and you're going to gossip about me too. Cutting them off just like that, right? Or if necessary, you will cut them out of your life because you have a greater purpose, right? There is no difference between you and the billionaires out here, except what are they doing with their 1,440 minutes in a 24-hour time span? Because that's how many minutes we have in 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, right? What are they doing differently than what you're doing? Are you sitting around wondering, well, my mother didn't love me enough, my father didn't love me enough? Okay, they're a therapist for that. Go sit down, schedule an appointment, and go sit down and talk to a therapist, right? Like really get that out, because again, you're a giver. So your energy is directed outward, Aquarius. Sit down and talk to somebody and get that out. Peel back those layers. Take a pair of nice big sunglasses, because maybe you need to just cry your eyes out. Get it out your spirit. When you get back in your car, or you get back on the bus, or wherever you're going, however you traveled there, you put your earplugs in, you put on some high vibrational music, and you saturate your spirit with something high vibrational. You go back to that therapist. Again, you're getting all of this out of your system, all the hurt, all the pain. You're filling yourself up with high vibrational thing. Get out there and get some sunlight. Yes. Remove all the stale energy from your spirit. We have everything in us and around us to be successful. I see some of you all getting more money. Yes. Remember I said, and so some of you all could be getting a raise on your job because now you're starting to see it. You're starting to understand how all of this works, right? Waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. You've already were in new moon energy, which is I'm going to start planting seeds. I'm going to start watering my seeds. I'm going to make sure I'm very careful about who I share my plans with. I'm not just going to be running out here telling everybody because I can't control my emotions. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Just telling everybody. And certain people listening, they're like, oh, really? Let me swing into action and see if we can distract Aquarius to death, literally to your dreams die, right? And so that's what a lot of these relationships that you have been in have represented, distracting you to death, right? And so I see a lot of you all getting more money, so expect more money. A lot of money cards are coming out for you. Why? Because you passed the test. You moved into this new realm far, far, far away from this type of energy right here. This manipulative energy, this lying energy, this out of balance energy. You put the work in for yourself. And so when you see this type of energy, you're going to take this knife right here and cut it right on out. Nope, I don't have time to sit here and listen to you. I got bigger things to do. Yep, I'm staying focused. X is trying to come back into your life. Nope. I remember how it made me feel at the time. I don't have one of these blindfolds anymore. I see it for what it really is, right? My ancestors been talking to me saying, nope, that energy may try to come back because some people are very uncomfortable with change. I'm talking to you this way, Aquarius, because you're a fixed sign. I would be talking to you, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus the same way because you all are fixed sign. I don't want you to be fixated on why did all these horrible things happen to me, because it was like you were in training. You've been in training your whole life because you're going to be, you're going to be helping other people. Some of the same situations that you've gone through, you're going to meet the same people that's going to come across your path have gone through something almost identical. They might not come in that same shell. If you're a white person, they may be black, or they may be Hispanic, or or vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're a man that went through it, you may be talking to a woman that went through exactly what you went through, you know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised by the shell, the temporary shell that comes in. The spirit is going to come across your path and it's going to be looking for you to be fed, right? They're looking for your air. You're an air sign and they're looking for the water because you're a water bearer. They're thirsty. They're thirsty. They out of air. They really need Aquarius. Okay, what should I do in this situation? You're like, boom. Okay, yeah, I did go through that 20 years ago. Let me help them through this. Let me help them through this. So it wasn't just for you to hold on to and get sad, right? And be sad, right? Some of those people who realize that you are moving forward, waxing crescent moon energy, you're moving forward and you're not looking back, you're staying focused on what you said you wanted, and you watering those seeds are going to be quite hostile, right? Quite hostile, upset. How come I can't reach you anymore? You seem like you change. You seem like you're different, making threats towards you, the whole 9 yards. You got to stay focused, Aquarius. And this is how you're going to come out of this. Childlike exuberance. Because you are really, really dedicated to protecting your energy now. You're starting to understand what your greater purpose is. I see perfect synergy for you in terms of your money. Yes. And I'm also seeing that, again, balanced out energy. Your thoughts become extremely logical. You're still generous and trustworthy. You are still a person who is very patient with people, very practical, still very reliable, still very analytical, still very hardworking, still a great manager of people, money, and time. All of this, you're tapping into, you're grounding yourself. You're being patient with this process of balancing out your own energy, and you're happier for it. So guess what? The universe will send the right people across your path because, again, as the smartest sign in the zodiac who has now learned how to balance out your own energy, you're not looking outside of yourselves for something that you have within. The right people are coming across your path. And I'm talking about the people that's your soul tribe. And in your soul tribe, you will find your romantic interest as well. Yes. But you got to see what's happening here. You got to open up your third eye. You got to get to a God level of clarity. As a God, you got to come away from being a human trying to live a spiritual experience. You got to recognize that you are a divine spirit that is having a human experience. It's the other way around. You're already a divine spirit. You're just having a human experience, right? You're not trying to have a spiritual experience. Everything that you want, Aquarius, is flowing to you like water. Your emotions, everything is intact, right? You're completely balanced out. And so continue in the direction that you're headed in, Aquarius. Do not look back. Be patient as events unfold. You want to dig a little deeper to find courage, right? If that relationship has ended, cut that relationship off. This is how you regain your power, right? There's a lot of power, intellect, money, and wealth in your cards, right? Yes. I need you all to, let me see if I can pull out all these cards right here. All of these are power. All of this is you taking your power back. Your power and your intellect back. You're completely cutting off manipulators and liars. You're not going back to some of those relationships that have really, really caused you, where you almost feel like you had to wear blindfolds within, like, okay, I created a list of what I will and what I won't accept, but I'm gonna put on blindfolds because, this person seems like they're nice, and, you talk yourself into saying, well, you know what, I'm not perfect. No, you're not perfect. You are not perfect for them, and they are not perfect for you. But you were fearfully and wonderfully created, right? So I need you to keep up this right here. I need you to keep up this energy, this childlike exuberance, because this type of energy right here that I see right here, the manipulative energy and all of that you've been going through, and also be patient with this whole process, is the reason why you weren't throwing up batons. Is the reason why you felt like you didn't have enough energy. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Have a fantastic Monday, but then again, I know you will, because that's the intention you set. I need you all to really, really stay focused. Again, dig a little deeper, find some courage, because again, just because you can't see your dreams right now, it doesn't mean that they're not manifesting, because they are. Lots of money, lots of power, lots of intellect in there. So you're going to be real careful about what romantic interest you have in your life at that level. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Bye.